Hello, y'all. It's Bria here with Mommy Magic Entertainment. I'm here to do your, I guess it's for water signs, because as I was getting my setup together, I was feeling strong water sign energy. So, y'all need some cleansing automatically. No judgment here, but I feel like it's a collective. I'm just cleansing the air right now. I feel like it's a collective of water signs that need to be cleansed. And when I mean cleanse, I'm like eating better, drinking more water, because you're a water sign, so you're gonna need your water. If you hear something, that's my children upstairs. They don't really care if I'm doing a reading, apparently, but it's fine. I'm gonna let that trickle out on its own. But yeah, we're gonna get off into this reading because I want to see what's going on, because I didn't know what I was going to do a reading on. At first, I kept saying, like, Spirit guide me, because I know I need to do a reading. And as I'm cutting the deck, the first card I see, I'm sorry, the camera over here, is reflect. So some of my water signs, y'all need to reflect on your past to see your progress. Sometimes we'll be doing so good in life that we'll get used to doing so good, and we'll think that we are doing bad. And I know that sounds confusing and inside out, but when you get used to a certain way of things and a certain routine, you get stagnant and you be sitting there like, this is boring. I want to do something to excite me. So you might go back to your old past habits that didn't get you nowhere, but you under an illusion from what I see. And some of you might be craving sweets, or you might need to treat yourself to something that you don't indulge in anymore. Oh, and you need to relax. So, where the hell did card just go? Oh yeah, that's right. It was I cut the deck. Never mind. See, distraction action. I feel like some of y'all are under an illusion that this ain't enough. I don't have enough. It's not enough time. Not enough. I just keep hearing somebody and it's never enough. They don't have enough time to do this. They don't have enough money to do this. But you need to relax, okay? You need to relax and focus on your blessings, because you got a lot of blessings around you. And I think that you have once again became so used to your routine and how things are going that you're not satisfied anymore. It's not good enough. But just reflect, like the card said, the first card when I cut the deck. Reflect on your past and how you used to be in a certain stagnant energy. Like, I'm gonna use myself for example. I used to do certain things that were unhealthy on a consistent daily basis, and I have been doing so good for so long that I slipped up and went back to old habits. And I'm like, wait, I had to reflect, like, why am I doing stuff that I ran from? Why am I steady doing stuff that I healed from? And it's because I forgot. So I had to go back and reflect, like, I stopped doing this and I stopped hanging with these people because they have negative energy. And because I took a break from certain people, I forgot, like, once you start going back to your past and messing around with stuff you used to mess with and people you used to mess with, you will get a wake-up call and a reminder of why you left their ass alone, why you left that thing alone, whether it's smoking, drinking, overindulging in sweets. Because I feel like some of y'all have an addictive personality, and you might actually be overindulging in things that make you feel good, whether it's a substance or a sugary thing. Like, maybe you know that you shouldn't have a lot of sugar because you're diabetic and you overdoing it. It's okay to have one piece of candy, but don't sit down and eat the whole bag. Like, you have to do everything in moderation. And sometimes when we feel bad or we going backwards, we go all in and overindulge, overengage in negative activity, and then boom, you right back where you started, where you left. And that's okay if you did backtrack, but now it's time to reflect so you don't make that same decision again. Oh, and this fall is at the bottom of the deck. So now is the time to rejuvenate yourself. Disconnect from stuff that you know is not right. Disconnect from people you know are not serving you a greater purpose in life. Like, it's certain energies that you are around, they're not in your best interest right now. You need to take a break from something that you're doing because it's distracting you from your goals. It's distracting you from where you're trying to be at in life. And that's important. That's very important. Like, don't let shit distract you. Excuse my language. But don't let nobody or nothing distract you. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm truly grateful. What's the next reading or the next message for my water signs? Once again, this reading is for water signs. Thank you so much for viewing. Go ahead and click the like, share, subscribe button if you're resonating so far. And if you're not, sit tight because it's going to get real. Because I was feeling so pulled to do this reading. And I kept asking Spirit, like, who is it going to be for? So it's for my water signs: Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I got water in my chart, so I probably need to hear this shit too. Tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. So once again, Spirit is telling you to relax. You are getting overwhelmed, overworked, and you think it's too hard about situations. If it's something at your job or something in your relationship and it's not going as planned, chill out. Chill the fuck out if you got to. Take a step back from whatever it is that you are overthinking. You're overgiving too much energy to a situation that it's not necessary. God is going to work out whatever you're confused about. Your confusion is going to come to an end. It might not come to an end right when you wanted to, and I feel like that's why you might have backtracked and did something that was not with you and in alignment with you anymore. You did something recently and it's taking you a step back, and now you have to reevaluate the situation. Like, why would I do that? Why would I go back? And I know that this ain't what I need right now. So I see a tower moment coming for you. Everything is going to fall apart and it's going to feel bad. And you're going to be like, why is this happening? What did I do to deserve this? But it's all... Okay, I'm sorry. I heard a message and I'm trying to catch it. It's basically like, when stuff starts to crumble, try your best not to overreact because things are about to hit the fan. If they have not already hit the fan, don't overreact to negative situations that make you feel bad because you're giving away your power and your energy. Let stuff happen, especially if it's out of your hands. Like, say you're around somebody who constantly is engaging in negative activity. Don't constantly argue with them about the choices that they making. They know what the hell they doing. They know what they doing ain't right. And I see the number 3 right here is standing out to me. So maybe some of y'all birthdays is on the 3rd of whatever, you know, on the 3rd day, or maybe October 3rd, something gonna happen for you. Something about 3 for you. But take some time to yourself. And if this person or this place or whatever it is, shit start going left, let it go left. Don't try to stop it. Don't give your advice, especially if you know you've already spoken to this person or you've already given energy to a situation. If you know you've already given energy to something, don't give it no more energy. Let it go. Let it go. So the stars is here. You can manifest whatever it is you're trying to manifest. You just have to sit still, okay? Stop trying to force stuff. Sit still, let stuff happen, let it play out, and then you make your decision on what you want to do after you're shown the answer, because the answer is right in front of your face. So if you ask the universe, the God, the Most High, whoever you choose to believe in, you ask them for an answer on what direction to go, they're going to show you. You just have to pay attention and view it and see it. You see how they looking up and she pointing up and all these books is behind her. Start studying, start paying attention, start looking around and observing your environment. Your choice is right in front of your face. You just need to be pushed in that direction. But like I said, once again with the tower here, whether you want this change to occur or now, or this decision to be made, because I think you know what you need to do in a certain situation in your life, you just haven't done it yet because of fear. It's something that you're afraid of. So you keep going backwards, doing stuff that's going to make you more stuck because that's what you used to. You used to being in survival mode. So with the gray here, endings are inevitable. Whatever you're trying to hold on to so tightly, whether it's a bad relationship, a toxic work environment, or toxic behaviors and traits, it's going to catch up with you. And I'm saying that because I can hear it right now. Spirit is talking. And once again, they saying some of you have addictions to substances. Okay? They make you feel good. They make you feel free. Are you around somebody that has this? Because if you ain't addicted to nothing, then that's ain't for you. This is somebody around you who you watch them engage in drinking, overly drinking, being an alcoholic or whatever. I don't judge. I'm just saying this is going to come to an end at the end of the day because it's toxic for you. It's not good for you. So please don't let it get to the point where God is doing stuff to you to make you stop. Because if you know in your heart, oh, I got to stop drinking, or I got to stop having so much sugar because I'm a diabetic, stuff will happen if you don't listen, because the universe give you opportunities. They give you a nice amount too, because I'm one of the ones who know better. And I still do certain stuff. I know, like, why am I doing this? Like with mine is coffee. I know I can have 1 cup a day and I'm good. But sometimes when I'm on 0, I'm talking like -0. I had 2 to 3 cups of coffee, and when I'm sitting here looking like Tweak from South Park, it's a fucking problem. See, I went over my boundaries. Now Spirit got to put me in my place by giving me the jitters and reminding me like, girl, you know better than to have 3-4 cups of coffee in one day. Your little heart can't handle it. And I know that if I continue on my path of overly abusing caffeine, guess what? I'm more than likely going to end up messing up something internally that I'm going to have to go to the doctor for. Don't let it get to that point. I love using myself as an example because it's letting you guys know I have experience in these topics and I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. But some of y'all are around somebody and it's getting to the point where like you can't take it no more. Take note of what they doing so you don't do the same shit, okay? Because it's a lot of stuff going on right now where, like, if you smoking, whether it's cigarettes or marijuana or whatever other drugs that's out here, Spirit is showing you small things like with smoking. Say you smoke too much cigarettes, too much weed, and like now you're coughing, now your chest is hurting. Those are small things that will develop into bigger issues if you don't pull it back and take a break. Because even if you can't completely stop, take a day off. Wean yourself off these things because this shit is serious. We're getting older now. For those of you who are in your 30s and 40s and 50s and you watching me, we're getting older now. Our body can't take the same stuff it used to take when we was 18, 19, 20. It just can't. And it's also blocking your pineal glands. Especially certain substances like sugar blocks a lot of your receptors. Sugar, it has cancerous properties to it. So you don't want to constantly indulge in that. And it's so, the energies are so strong right now. I feel the need to relight my sage because we all need to be cleansed. And sometimes we don't notice that we need to be cleansed until it's too late. And I'm just here to let you know, don't let it get to the point where it's too late. Now you got to have procedures done because you ignored the small signs. And then in your heart, you know something is off, right? So try to get back balanced. Now I feel pulled to use another deck because that was just crazy. Like, when I'm going through something in my life, I know that I'm not alone, too. I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but I feel like some of y'all might feel alone. Thank you, Spirit. I'm truly grateful. I feel like some of y'all feel alone, and that's why you're hurting yourself because you feel some kind of way. You don't feel like you whole, or you don't feel like nobody got your back. Well, remember, if you're going through something and you feel like you don't have nobody and you watching this video right now, hit my inbox if you just want to talk and you don't want to read it. You know, I don't judge nobody. And I don't give advice that you don't ask for. I knew a relationship was gonna come up. You tied up with somebody, but 50% of y'all is tied up in a relationship that's toxic. And then the other 50% is you want to be in a relationship where you feel a connection with somebody that's inevitable. It's coming for you. It is. But it's going to take for you to focus on you first. Like, you have to take certain measures and certain steps, and you have to prove to spirit and to your ancestors and everybody else. Well, you don't have to prove shit to nobody, but it's just like, you have to take that time and invoke spirit and let spirit know, like, look, I think it's time for me to have my counterpart. I think it's time for me to find my soulmate. Like, I can't do this by myself no more. I need some kind of guidance. And when I say that, this card comes out. Some of y'all need guidance. And you don't know who to get it from, because everybody who around you, they might be fucking up. I'm trying to fan my sage. But certain people around you, they might be messing up too. So you like, if this bitch over here using and abusing drugs, and you obese and you ain't trying to lose no weight, how you gonna help me lose weight? So you might feel, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful with that comment. I don't care what people look like and how big they is, how small they is. It's just, I've been there and done that. When I was trying to lose a lot of weight because I had an addiction to sugar and carbs and bread, I couldn't turn to certain people because a lot of my circle, we all had weight problems and we all had addictions to food. And it's like, I had to basically step to the side and lose weight on my own. I couldn't look for nobody else. So I think that's a spirit trying to get at with y'all that's watching this, is that you're not going to always have somebody to help you do stuff in life. You're going to have to figure out how to do it. And that's why this is here. With the ritual invocation, this card has several meanings, but the one I'm feeling right now strongly is that you have to make a commitment as well with this card. You have to commit to not just your partner, your soulmate. You have to commit to yourself that you want to make a change in your life, and you're not going to continue to accept toxic things, toxic environments, toxic people or places. But you have to, stop looking for guidance in humans and man. Look for guidance within yourself. You know in your heart what's the right thing to do for you. And you can't always go off what your grandparents said neither, because some of y'all might be listening to your grandparents. It's not the 1930s, 40s, 50s no more. It's 2023. It's a whole nother ball game. So you need to go with your own moral codes and figure out what you want to do. If you know you want to be in a relationship with somebody who is healthy and happy, then don't accept a relationship with any old body just because you don't want to be alone. Because sometimes we choose people just because we don't want to be alone. To me, that's codependency. So I try not to do that. If you want a relationship, pick somebody who has traits that you want. Find somebody at the gym. Find somebody who at the health food store buying produce or something. Don't pick somebody who, y'all first conversation, they talking about their ex and how their ex used to do this and that and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's toxic, because this person is trying to welcome in you, which is a new energy, but they steady pulling you back, talking about their ex every 5 minutes. That's a red flag. So, I'm telling you, I think the sage making my mouth dry. But yeah, don't talk to spirit. Talk to spirit. Tell them that you're ready for a change and that you want to be guided in the right direction. Don't look for people, because I think somebody out here is trying to find a mentor and somebody to look up to, and you can't find nobody, so you like, fuck it. Everybody else fucking up, let me fuck up too. No. Talk to spirit. Ask them to guide you. That's all you got to do. Literally sit down and write on a piece of paper all the things you desire and how you want to be in your future self. And tell spirit, help me work on ways to get to this level. Because it'll happen over time. It ain't going to happen in no 5 minutes. It's going to happen over time. It's not going to be a quick fix. But when you want to be your best self, that shit could take years. Especially if you're really not ready, but you know you got to change. Because that's another thing. Some of us want to change, but we're not willing to change. We want to change, but we're not ready to change. And that slows down the process too. You got to really be ready within yourself. And be ready for you. Not ready because your girlfriend said so. Not ready because your daddy said so. You have to be ready because you're ready. Not because somebody's telling you to be ready. Thank you, Spirit. Any more messages? It's my last card, and I'm going to end it with that. Oh, shoot. Any more messages? They're trying to get y'all. Oh, that's too many. Can I get one or two? There's something going on for y'all in the fall. Because this is the 6th of autumn. The good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money. Borrowing wisely or repaying the debt. So I see some of y'all getting back on track financially. Ooh, the way that card just landed. I got to show y'all how this card just landed. Hold up. I can't even show y'all how it landed. It just landed in between my deck, though. So that let me know. I got on short, y'all, not like some pennies and nothing like that. And this is sage, even though it kind of looked like weed in the camera. The sun started shining directly on my face. How lovely. Thank you, Spirit. I'm truly grateful. The 6th of winter is here. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. Some of y'all are about to change your environment because your environment might be what's making you feel bad. Like if you're in a place where you can't find peace, I see y'all relocating in the future. It might not be this year. It might be next year sometimes while it's still cold. Like January, February, you might be moving because your environment is actually enabling you to be more unhealthy than you need to be. I just heard some of y'all might be living in a home that has mold. And that might be where the cleansing is coming at. Your house needs to be possibly fixed with mold remediation services. Who knows? This is just what I'm hearing. I was about to say I am not a mold remediation specialist, but I kind of am because I used to work for a company that did it. But some of y'all are in an environment that's enhancing the negative feelings, the negative emotions, the need to overindulge in negative activities. Because once again, I'm an advocate. I will let you know right now. There's nothing wrong with having a drink. There's nothing wrong with having to smoke from time to time. There's nothing wrong with sugar. But when you are overly doing those things on a daily basis, it becomes a problem. A huge problem that will affect your health in the long run. So try to wrestle those monsters and those toxic traits before it is too late, because once again, the end of a situation is inevitable. If you don't make the choice on your own, Spirit is going to make things happen and push it out of your way, and it's going to be painful. So in order for it to be less painful, you need to start trying to do it on your own. Okay? Remember, less is really more in a good way. That's all I have. Thank you so much, my water signs, for listening. And this is for people who have water sign anywhere in their chart, birth chart, your sun, moon, rising, and your sidereal astrology. If you got a water sign in your sidereal astrology, go right ahead and take what resonates, leave the rest at the door. Thank you so much for viewing.